we do a bullet catch as well. 15 people have died doing the bullet catch.
In your show?
No, not in my show. I'm in the wonderful camper van, and I'm Chris Dugdale. My show is Slightly Dishonest. It's at 6:50 every night, George Square Gardens Assembly 2.
And can you tell us a little bit about sort of what we can expect from your show if we come along to see it?
Yeah, it's a dynamic mix of magic, mind control, and we play with time. So people's perceptions of time, what it is, what it means to them in their life, and then at the end we reverse time.
Wow.
So there's an interesting narrative that goes through the whole show, because we wanted to do something more than just a series of tricks.
Okay.
So we bought the weapon in from America. It shoots 135 miles an hour. It's a paintball gun.
Right.
So the object of the trick is we get a member of the audience on stage, they load the gun, they sign the paintball, and they fire it at me through a target, and I try and catch it in my mouth.
Well, I don't know what
Without
to
it.
say about that. That sounds brilliant. Okay. And people
Yes.
have died from it before?
Not for the paintball version, you know. The worst that's going to happen to me is I'm going to get a bad bruise on my head and paint all over my face. But with the real bullet catch, 15 magicians have actually died historically doing that trick. But my problem is I don't believe the premise. I don't believe you can catch a bullet. You know, it would just go through your hand. So what we wanted to do is, almost bizarrely as it sounds, because it's sort of downgraded to a paintball, it's made more realistic.
Yeah.
In that sense, because
But
it
it's
is feasible.
Yeah.
My whole ethos of magic is it should be like James Bond, the old Connery movies, in terms of it's just on the edge of believability, but not sort of the cartoon Roger Moore version. You know, the one thing that always amazes me, there's no section for magic. Yeah. And there should be. Mm-hmm. You know, we have to place a show in either comedy or theatre. Of which, yeah, we encompass both, but we should have our own section. You know, magic's a huge art form. It's been around for thousands of years, so. All right, let me muse. Houdini, the master publicist.
Yeah.
I'd want to see him. I mean, my all-time favourite ever is Lance Burton. He's the Vegas superstar, signed for $100 million up front. There's your contract. How do you want your theatre built? That was his deal. But above all else, he was just a lovely human being. You know, I worked for him for 2 years, and afterwards he goes out for beers, and he's just such a nice person. So he'd be my second. My third would be someone back historically, like Blackstone, someone like that. Because I'm interested in, you know, as much as we've evolved, magic essentially hasn't. It's essentially the same. Sure, you've got technology, but the classics are classics for a reason.